Hello there. I know why you're here. You want to know what the most important thing is that you could be doing to recruit more drivers. But maybe that's too big of a question. So let's put some parameters on it. You pay a lot of money to get leads from drivers. Of all those leads you talk to, on average, only about 1.5% of those will actually drive for you. So, with that in mind, I'll ask again. What is the most important thing you could be doing to recruit drivers? How do you get more than 1.5% of the leads you talk to drive for you? Well, let's take a look. As we said, it all starts with a bunch of leads coming in. Then, of course, you have to get in touch with those leads. On average, you're only going to talk to about 60% of them. Of the leads you talk to, 55 to 60% of those leads will be unqualified. Losing a lot of drivers here. Of the qualified drivers you talk to, only a certain percentage will actually want to drive for you. Of those interested, a certain portion will show up for orientation. Of those that show up for orientation, a certain percentage will actually get hired. And of those hired, believe it or not, they don't all actually get seated in a truck every time. And as you see, we started with 10,000 leads way up here, all the way down to 150 drivers here. And that's a lot of waste. And after all that talking and fancy animation, we are left with the same question. What should you be focused on to hire more drivers? Well, if you could take anything in this recruiting pipeline and increase it by 5%, what would you choose? Don't worry, I'll do the math. If you increase lead volume by 5%, you would hire 7 more drivers. If you increase your contact rate by 5%, it would result in 17 more hires. Ooh. If 5% more of the leads you talk to were qualified, you would get 19 more drivers. But if 5% more of the qualified drivers you talk to were scheduled for orientation, it would result in 73 more drivers hauling freight for you. I'll give you a second to take that in. And I'll spare you the rest of the exercise, but just know that no other aspect of the recruiting pipeline will have as profound an effect on the amount of drivers you're able to hire than your ability to get qualified drivers scheduled for orientation. That was a mouthful. Which means the most important thing you should be doing, helping your recruiters become better closers, better salespeople for your fleet, and better engaging the quality drivers on the phone. And voila, there's your answer.